Hello, viewers, and welcome to another installment of The Ignorant Atheists. Today I'll be responding to Choose Jesus, who has got some questions for atheists. I'm an atheist, so I'll do my best at answering his questions, and I'm sure because he's a Christian, I'll probably have some questions for him as well. Alright, let's start the video.
Hello, friends.
Hello, Jesus. Are you Jesus? No, he's just telling us to choose Jesus. Hello, anyway.
So with this video, I have some questions for atheists.
That's me.
Now, this is not a debate. I'm not really trying to refute you.
But you had questions, so of course it's not a debate.
Just some questions for you to consider.
Yeah, questions aren't debates.
Some questions I had to consider.
Have you?
When I was an atheist and an agnostic. And a lot of these questions helped push me to the truth, which is Christianity.
You learnt things and then went towards Christianity. Odd.
Is the truth.
Christianity is the truth. Okay. According to the Bible, I believe. That's the only place that says that.
So, well, let's get started.
Please do.
So, do you believe in the scientific impossibility that everything came out of nothing?
No. As far as we understand it, everything came from the singularity, the point where the mathematics breaks down and we can't, at the present moment, figure out what happened before that. So, no, we came from the singularity.
Now, I've heard some atheists say no, some atheists say yes. And if you said...
Sorry about my dog, people.
no, you don't believe that, then that's good. You're close to being agnostic. That's good. Because how could anything come out of nothing?
I don't see how that changes my position on being an atheist.
Makes no sense. That's magic. And I don't do magic.
Magic? No, it's not magic. It's just our understanding of what happened.
I do miracles.
Which are not magic? Aren't they magic? That's magic. Fictional, undoable things. That's magic.
All right. So how about, do you believe life came out of non-life?
Yes. As far as I know, that field of science is called abiogenesis. Genesis being God made life. Bio, or Genesis meaning God did it. Bio meaning life. And a, the prefix which denotes not. So, not life done by God. And as far as we understand it at the moment, it's probably even, like, this is my limited understanding of it, is that there were molecules getting around and chemistry acted on those molecules. The molecules came together. Those molecules then came together and formed simple RNA chains, I believe. And then those RNA chains were able to replicate. And basically, once you've got something able to replicate itself, that's life, basically. It's not much more on top of that. So, as far as I know, I'm sure we understand a lot more of it by now, but that's kind of the gist of it.
How could something not living create life? It didn't have life in it. Create life. It didn't have life in it.
That's chemistry. Chemistry, that's how that happens. Life is just chemistry.
Where did it come from? Like
Chemistry. Oh, he's got a pencil.
this pencil.
I'm surprised he didn't use a banana.
It's not alive.
No, but the wood in it was at one point. It could replicate, it could take energy from the environment, and it could make cells, and that's what you're holding there. A conglomeration of cells made by life. And the rubber even too, maybe. It could even have natural latex in it. So yeah, life. Except the metal there. That was never alive. It could have been in life at some point, but no, not alive.
How could this pencil create life?
Who's saying the pencil can create life? Why would a pencil be able to create life? It's dead. Pencil's not alive. Something that's not alive can't produce life now. That's just silly. Or complex life anyway.
Think about that. Or what about, you believe consciousness came out of something that didn't have any conscious?
Well, no. How could consciousness arise out of something that doesn't have consciousness? Because the thing it arose out of had consciousness. Consciousness arises from life. Living things need to think about their environment to interact with it so they don't die, so they can keep living, so they can pass on their genes. And so they perceive themselves as being conscious just because you're noticing things.
How so? This pencil doesn't have any consciousness. How could consciousness come out of it? What about intelligence? Intelligence coming out of non-intelligence?
Intelligence is a progressive thing. Intelligence has happened step by step on evolutionary processes that took millions of years. You can see that all around you. We are more intelligent than apes. Apes are more intelligent than dogs. My dog's more intelligent than a worm. We can see that everywhere. What's the hard thing here?
Where do you see that happening?
Everywhere.
This is insane. Or being aware. Awareness coming out of non-awareness.
Awareness comes out of the need, as I said before, to sense your environment. If we're in an environment, we need to sense it if we're to interact with that environment in any meaningful way. So that's a sense, or that's an awareness.
This pencil's not aware of anything.
No, it's dead.
You know? Or order. You believe order came out of disorder?
No, the singularity was the most ordered the universe has ever been to our understanding. Everything in one single point, infinitely small point. And you're saying that's not ordered?
How so?
Because it was all... Because that's not what happened.
The Big Bang?
Expansion.
The explosion?
Expansion.
Some atheists say it was an expansion.
Yep.
It's not an explosion. But the expansion was faster than the speed of light.
Relative to what? You need to... For a speed, you need to be relative to something. If it's the whole universe, what are you comparing the expansion to? Is someone standing outside, standing still, going, wow, that universe is expanding away faster than the speed of light? You're going about this assuming that God's watching everything. That's not how it works.
That sounds like an explosion to me.
No, that's an expansion of space.
I don't know, guys. Come on now. An explosion.
An explosion happens into space. The Big Bang, or the expansion of space-time, was the expansion of space.
Created everything. Really?
As far as we know it, yes.
And this explosion, they say,
Expansion.
came from a dot that was as big as an atom.
I think it was even smaller than that, wasn't it? Wasn't it a singularity, which means infinitely small? Which is something we can't even imagine.
The whole universe fit in an atom?
A singularity, even. It's awesome, isn't it?
You really believe that, guys?
Yep.
Try to take a cup of water, condense it into a smaller cup. That's impossible.
This for you.
How are you going to do that?
Stick it in a black hole.
Imagine all the oceans were condensed in a dot as big as an atom.
I could throw 10 worlds worth of oceans in a black hole and it would do nothing.
That's insanity. All the billions of galaxies were in a small dot? That's fantasy. That's make-believe.
That's science. That's our understanding to this point. Through years and years of dedicated work by people who took the time out of their life to learn all this stuff. And you want to just say, oh, God did it? That's a bit rude, I think.
Fairy tales. They teach this in schools. They're brainwashing children with the satanic garbage.
Satanic garbage in schools. There is no Satan. Satan's another fairy tale character.
It's stupid.
I think you might be stupid.
Come on, guys, think. That's
I am.
insane.
And other better people than me are. And you probably should listen to them so that you have some understanding of what's going on in reality. Some understanding that's helpful in reality.
I don't know. Let's say something else. How about if I say, do you believe this pencil had a maker?
Yes. Pencils have makers. Probably more machines nowadays. It's probably a machine spitting those out at about 20 every second.
Designer, builder, creator.
Machinery had a designer. The machinery had a builder, or called engineers, or fitter and turner, welders, all those people, all those ways we know in which machinery needs to go together, things like that. Yeah,
I mean, you're going to say, yes, it does.
Of course, we know how pencils are made.
And this maker had to be intelligent, had to be conscious to make it.
Yeah, because it's something made by conscious living things, or us in particular. We know that. We know pencils don't grow in nature. We know pencils come from factories.
Had to be aware of what he or she were doing.
Yeah, you sit down with intent to produce a product and you design everything that needs to go around that product. There's a lot of business design as well. There's lots of levels to design.
I mean, we see the intelligence behind it. The wood, the way it's shaped.
The way it's shaped, yeah. The straightness of it. The different components coming together in unnatural ways. Is he trying to say, why wouldn't I think I could just find a pencil in nature? Is that what he's saying? I guess on a different planet, it might grow pencils, or something we would call a pencil. Go pick the stalk. Maybe when it's dried out later, you just pick a branch, snap it, sharpen one end, and you got yourself a pencil. And it grew in nature. Quite possible.
Cut. We see
see hexagonal patterns in nature. So I guess that hexagonal structure, it's just a very straight line, which we don't see in nature very much. 90-degree angles and straight lines, that's not natural.
The lead in the middle. We have this metal piece holding the.
Yeah, that's one of the things that tells me it's designed by people.
The eraser. Now, of course, as an atheist or agnostic, you're going to say, yes, of course, this pencil does have a maker, designer, builder,
Oh, you read my mind.
and creator.
Doesn't have a builder now. I'd say the machine has built it. Just machines. There's lots of automation nowadays, mate. People don't sit there and make pencils one at a time.
Because it would be insane. How could this create itself?
No, well, not on Earth, because we don't see that in nature. But I wouldn't be surprised if there was a plant that had some kind of dark core up the middle that you could, sharpen on one end and get some sort of writing out of it. All we have to do is burn a branch and we can turn it into charcoal and write out of it. I guess if lightning strikes a tree, burns it, you come along, you find a nice straight one that's burnt on the end. That's pretty much the same as lead. It's carbon on the end. We're missing the eraser, but oh well. We've pretty much got a pencil from nature.
But then some atheist will tell me, oh, yeah, we believe this pencil does, but the whole universe doesn't.
It comes from nature as well, yeah. Doesn't look like anything we've designed.
That's insane.
Why? Because it looks different to everything else that we create? Hang on, I'm confused. Why is it insane?
It's craziness.
Please tell me why.
What's more complex, this pencil or the entire universe?
The universe has got complexity, yeah, but it doesn't really have purpose. And that's the difference. Nature has no purpose, it just does what it does. People have purpose, and they use that purpose to create objects and build them.
All the galaxies, the solar system.
Yeah, it's awesome, hey?
All the millions of different animals and plant life and humans.
Yeah, awesome.
That have consciousness and awareness.
That took millions, and on planetary scales, billions of years to arise.
And intelligence, and there's so much order, the fine-tuning of the universe.
Yeah, I don't think the universe it's not too fine-tuned for you. We're happy here on Earth, but put you out anywhere else in the universe, you wouldn't do too well. I don't think God's going to help you out there.
That's how much you don't want to believe in God. You guys
don't want to? Never have. What? No one's ever taught me sufficiently good enough information to show me that there's any reason to.
You guys are emotional. You're not intelligent.
What?
You mistake your pretentiousness with intelligence and wisdom. No,
I'm not smart. Other people are much smarter than me, and I'm happy to hear about what they're up to and what they're learning.
The fear of God is the beginning of wisdom.
Fear of God makes you wise? Wise to the teachings of the Bible, maybe, because that's all you'll be doing from then on. Reading the Bible and then praying to God. How's that going to make you wise?
You don't have wisdom. The Bible says, proclaiming themselves to be wise, they became fools.
Who's they? And the Bible. That's just a story.
It's foolishness.
Did the Bible say that too?
What about evolution? You really think you were a monkey? No wonder why atheists act like monkeys, because...
What do I do? What do we do that makes us look like we're acting like monkeys? Please explain.
They believe their grandparents
Shouldn't be too hard to pick an atheist then, if they're just running around going, "Woo, woo, 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 woo."
were monkeys. You know?
What?
You guys believe
No, we have a common ancestor. Monkeys came from the same place we did.
that? I don't know. I mean, these are questions
Apes did.
that I had to consider.
Doesn't sound like you considered them very deeply, or you didn't go and seek answers to them from other people.
When I was an atheist and then agnostic, more so as an agnostic, but the Holy Spirit was guiding me to the truth. Yeah.
The Holy Spirit wanted to hide the truth, didn't he? From the start, in the garden. Isn't that how we sinned, wanting to know the truth? So when did he change his mind about that? And then...
And you guys use God in the gaps. Wait a minute.
No, you guys do. We're happy to leave God out of it. God doesn't fill anything in my life.
We have creation. What do you have?
God doesn't fill my void, mate.
What do you have?
Knowledge and learning. We get to learn and we get to understand as best we can.
Again, rewind and listen to what I said about creation. How does this come out of nothing?
Didn't.
With all the order.
It's not that ordered.
We have the perfect.
What are you comparing it to? What do you mean all this order in the universe? Compared to what? Some other universe that is all chaotic? Where do you get that comparison? Do you know something about other universes? That statement would imply that you do.
The ecosystem. How did that happen?
It evolved. Everything had to live together, so it found ways to do that.
Dreaming.
Yeah, that's the brain.
It's incredible. Love.
The brain and neurochemicals.
All the emotions.
The brain. Brain's very complex, mate. You should learn something about that, maybe.
We have history and archaeology.
Yeah, history that says most events in the Bible didn't happen. It says Noah didn't exist. It says there was no Exodus.
And millions of miracle stories. Millions of near-death experience stories.
From who? Where? Can you tell me their names? Tell me some names. If you got millions, just a few names.
Just millions of people are just making up.
Just millions of people. Just
these stories. You could find
making up these stories. Yeah, exactly. They're just making up these stories.
them all online.
Yeah, all these stories online. That means it's real.
They're just making it up. All the Christian testimonies.
Yeah, he's admitting it. Why is he admitting it's all made up?
You know how many archaeologists and historians became Christians?
I don't know. Why is that relevant?
When they couldn't refute it.
Refute what? Refute God's existence?
You know how many
That's how most people become Christian, isn't it? Someone tells them enough stories for them to brainwash them, and then they become a Christian. Well, that's how it always works.
saw miracles and they became Christians.
Saw miracles, became Christians. Like what? Why can't anyone ever videotape, or with all these phones around now, take a video of a miracle? It's just, there's no miracles, mate. Where are the miracles?
Because they just kept on seeing miracles.
Who is they? Tell me who they are. Otherwise, that just means nothing.
And people having the same stories. Look it up, guys, Look it up.
Where? What? Just Google miracles that actually happened. Miracles that there is evidence for. I'll just do that right now. Okay. These 3 amazing real life stories. No, we got any video? Oh, maybe I should search videos. Real miracles that actually happened on Christmas. 5 real miracles caught on camera. Oh, what do we got here? Alright. Let's have a look.
There are many atheists and rationalists in the world who question the very existence of a higher power called God. At the other end of the spectrum, there are those who are religious,
yeah, we know.
where you cannot eat.
Where's the miracle?
Our experience, and when these miraculous. So without further.
Yeah, without further ado, come on. Miracle number 1.
Now look at this video that captures a horrific accident, in which the odds of survival of the individuals concerned would be close to 0. A grandmother and her 5-year-old grandson get caught in an accident between a speeding.
It wasn't too bad. I didn't see his brains mush out all over the footpath like I've seen in some videos. And the kid got up straight after. So yeah, no, it just didn't get him too bad.
Car and a parked car. As one can see in the video.
Oh, she looked pretty bad. She was out for the count.
Captured in a street CCTV camera, the woman and the boy are walking slowly on the snowy road when the recklessly driven car comes in a wrong lane and collides with a parked white car.
Let's see where we can see where
the sheer
God
speed of the oncoming
intervened.
vehicle sends the parked car hurtling backwards, straight towards the startled duo. Before the two can even react to what was happening around them, the car hits them and flattens them on the road and runs over them.
Pretty normal.
It is nothing short of a miracle that they not only survived.
Anything happened there that wasn't physically possible, and possible according to the physical laws of nature. So how's that a miracle?
Survived this accident,
They
but
survived.
both
Yeah, so
got away with very minor injuries.
yeah, that can happen. How's that a miracle? I didn't see where God intervened. Alright, that's just silly. If you think that's a miracle.
Same stories with seeing heaven or hell. They're not making this up.
Yeah, that's the brain again.
You know, I spoke about some of this with my.
You know, mental illness exists, don't you? You know, people can have psychosis and they can hallucinate and they can see things that aren't there.
Own testimony. I have a testimony video. Check it out.
Yeah, check it out, bro.
And even archaeologists, when they find, even secular archaeologists, when they find something they don't know, they go to the Bible to.
Who does? Tell me, which one? Which ones?
See what it is.
What? Why would they do that? There's plenty of old texts better than the Bible to be used by historians.
Incredible.
Yeah, incredible.
All the miracles.
What miracles?
I mean,
If they happen so often, surely someone would have some proper evidence of it.
have a personal relationship with God.
Just you declaring it's a miracle doesn't make it a miracle.
Because when I asked, I received.
Wonder what he received. Did Jesus come into him?
And a lot of my prayers come true.
Yeah, but how do you know it wouldn't have just come true anyway, even if you didn't pray on it? Did you do anything at all to try and make that prayer come true? Or you just did nothing?
You know, some people, they say, I don't know, I might be getting off topic. Some people say, well,
Yeah, stick with the questions.
I prayed and the prayer God didn't answer my prayer, so there is no God. No, God always answers your prayer. It's either yes or no. Nothing happened? Well, the answer was no.
Yeah, that's just as good as chance. 50-50. Flip a coin, it's either heads or tails. So you're saying God's as good as flipping a coin. Praying is as good as flipping a coin.
God is omnipresent.
He's omnipresent. Omnipresent. So he's everywhere. So he watches you jack off, does he, dude? Do you perform for him?
He hears all your prayers. So if nothing happened, it's probably a no. So your prayer was answered. Or maybe it didn't happen right away. It is going to happen later. Give it some time.
Because God works in mysterious ways. Just like random chance.
God knows the right time to answer your prayer. It doesn't have to be repeatedly. You know, God is not our personal butler. He's not a genie.
He sounds like one, the way you're going about him. Creating the earth and with all his magic tricks and stuff.
You know? And the only way to rub him the right way.
Rub him the right way. Yeah, he likes attention. God really does like attention.
Is to repent.
Rub him the right way? What?
Stop sinning. You know, pray.
Get out the lube.
Read the Bible. Put love in your heart. Faith.
Faith. So just believe him without evidence.
You know?
You know, I choose to believe things there's evidence for, buddy.
Plus, the Bible says Satan is the ruler of this world.
So God's not very powerful then. Why aren't we all praying to Satan then? If he's the one that's ruling, why can't we get him to take care of everything?
And if you see...
Can Satan help with global warming?
And with spiritual eyes, you can see that's true. Because if you're an atheist,
Spiritual eyes.
agnostic, pay attention to the attacks on Christianity always.
I've never seen that.
Always in
What attacks?
movies, shows, even video games, cartoons,
What? What?
books.
No, the Christians are always seen as the good ones. The pure heart, like you said before or something, with love in their heart. That's it. They have the love in their heart and they love everybody. That's the Christian. That's the Christian I know from living in the world where Christians live.
Notice how they're always
What are you talking about?
attacking Christianity, making fun
Who is?
of Jesus. Why?
Who is? When we celebrate Christmas every year, we make fun of Jesus. When we celebrate Easter, we make fun of Jesus. Well, what are you talking about?
Why?
Why? What kind of world are you living in?
Think about that.
Huh? Oh no, what's happened? Oh, he's dropped his phone.
Oh,
Dropped
boy.
his phone. Oh boy, dropped my phone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I could do with another snort, Coke. What
Hello,
was I
sorry.
doing? Hey, what?
Something happened.
Oh, whoa.
So what was I
Sure,
saying?
what happened there?
Yeah, and
Yeah, what?
using God's
What was he saying? Oh, yeah, and yeah, he's thinking about
name in
sniffing
vain.
something.
It's everywhere.
Using the Lord's name in vain. It's everywhere. Yep.
It's everywhere in movies, shows. I see it in video games.
Yep. It's pretty prolific through culture, especially Western culture. Or only Western culture? Yeah, I'm guessing Indians now go, oh, Jesus Christ, I hit my thumb.
Where they say, you know, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Why would they use that?
Because as I was growing up, Jesus Christ was a swear word that you said when things didn't go your way. And Mum told you not to say it, so it became a bad word. And so now, when I hit my thumb, Okay, Jesus Christ.
as a cuss word.
Yeah, it's a cuss word because that's how I grew up, and that's what it was when I was growing up.
You know,
Yeah, a cuss word.
out of so many
If we said it in school in the wrong place, then yeah, we'd get in trouble.
characters, to you, a fictional character. Jesus is a fictional character.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Why you constantly uses his name as a cuss word?
Because the church said it was a cuss word originally, and we've made a world that has church as an influence throughout its history, all through all forms of society. So Jesus, I mean, the church said it was a cuss word, and we're just going with what the church said. And you're blaming us for this?
You know, think about the dates we
You're asking why we do that?
use, BC and AC.
BC and AC? Isn't it BC AD? Before Christ and alternating current?
You know, that all pertains to our Lord Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because someone thought it was important.
Even the date, the time, had to be changed
Years later?
when he was born.
No, not when he was born. The dates were the calendar was made hundreds of years later, I believe. What are you talking about?
Think about that.
Yeah, I just did, and it doesn't make sense.
Let me go back to
Oh, don't go back, go forwards, please.
more questions for atheists.
Yeah, questions.
Something I heard.
Come on.
Now, do you believe that a building had a builder?
Yep. They're even called builders. The profession they're in is called building. And you can get a builder's apprenticeship and you can learn to build buildings, build things like people do.
And if you're an atheist agnostic, of course you're going to say, yeah, we do believe the building had a builder.
Yeah, because it's built by us.
You know, because how could it build itself?
Yeah. Unnatural things don't build themselves. Natural things build themselves. Like a seed you put in the ground, you water it, you don't have to do much. The seed grows into a tree. Buildings don't grow. Otherwise, we wouldn't have invented buildings. There would have been buildings growing all over the place that we could have lived in and they would have kept us warm. But no, we were getting cold. So we made shacks and huts, which evolved to buildings, which evolved to skyscrapers. Doesn't that all look a lot different from all the natural things out there? How can you not see the massive difference between natural and man-made? It's like the straight line I was talking about before. When you walk out in the forest, you don't see a lot of straight lines. When you walk in the city, there's straight lines everywhere.
Come from, you know? That's right. A builder does have a builder.
Yeah. Wow.
Or a painting. How do you know a painting had a painter?
Because it's been painted, that's why it's called a painting.
You'll also, you know, if you have some intelligence, you'll say, yeah, of course, a painting has to have a painter. How was it painted?
Yeah. Paintings get painted by painters.
Again, creation.
Again, creation. What? Oh no. This is getting pretty funny. I'm trying to stay serious here. He's got serious questions. I'll stay serious.
How do you know all this creation in the universe had a creator? Because how could it
I don't say it had a creator.
create itself?
I don't say it did.
The pencil doesn't create itself.
I don't say it did.
The galaxies don't create themselves.
I don't say they did. Natural forces brought the particles together and created the galaxies.
Thousands of different species of animals, humans, plants.
That's evolution. Evolution explains the diversity of life on our planet.
Life, a perfect ecosystem defined.
It's not very perfect, mate. How about I strip you down to no clothes, give you no food, whip you a few times, and then send you out into the bush and see how you go in that perfect environment. You can pray to God even as much as you want, do as much praying as you want, but I recommend trying to build a hut, some sort of something that can protect you from the weather. Maybe try and find a food source, maybe make a spear or something you could kill an animal with, because otherwise you're not lasting very long at all, buddy.
Tuning of the universe.
Fine tuning of the universe, you wouldn't last long out there either.
And create themselves.
Who's saying they did?
You guys believe in magic.
I believe in magicians who use sleight of hand and different tricks of the human mind to make things appear that seem unnatural. Okay, what's your point?
Come on, guys.
Yeah, come on, guys. Come on.
I love you.
Oh, he's going to say something bad soon, isn't he? I love you, but...
Atheism is from Satan.
From Satan. Satan doesn't sound like the bad guy as far as I've got the story so far. He was the one that came along and said, it's okay, you guys can know stuff. You can learn about the world around you. I don't think that's a bad thing. How's he the bad guy? He's not the one that flooded the planet and killed nearly everything on it, according to your story. He's not the one that told people to go and slay whole populations of other tribes. Like, what's going on?
You guys are gonna go to hell. I don't want you to.
Well, okay. We're going to hell. We're going to suffer the worst punishment imaginable by human beings for eternity. But he loves us.
You know, we have a soul.
We have a perception of a soul. I think it's still something we don't know much about.
How do you think we're animated? Where
How do you think my dog's animated?
our consciousness comes from, our awareness, intelligence.
His brain.
It's the soul.
Your brain.
You think this matter?
Your brain. Your brain sends electrical signals out through your neurons and they make your muscles respond. That's how you're animated. That's how you move.
Just this flesh we have. Look,
This flesh we have. Whoa, look at my hands. Whoa. Whoa, man. How much weed have you smoked?
at this flesh.
Look at my hands.
This flesh is creating intelligence, consciousness, awareness.
No, the flesh in your hand is not creating your intelligence. Or maybe it might be yours because something's a little bit wrong. But no, most of it's hopefully coming from your brain, buddy.
Awareness, all the emotions like love.
Yeah, your brain and neurochemicals.
Anger, curiosity,
Brain.
creativity.
Brain.
How about when we dream?
Brain.
Think about dreaming. When
Brain.
you're unconscious, we're dreaming.
My dog
That's our soul.
dreams.
We have a soul,
Do they have a
guys.
soul then? So my dog
And when
has
our
a
body
soul.
expires,
When
we're
his
either going to
body...
go to heaven or
So my dog will go to either heaven or hell. I thought heaven was just for people.
hell.
And so he's saying, what does a dog have to do to get into hell? If they fight with another dog, do they go to hell? If they don't pray, does that mean all dogs go to hell?
There is no
My dogs are going to hell. How about you go to hell, buddy? Don't say that about my dogs.
Oh, I'm just going to be
My dogs are going to be cruising around in the universe, just floating free.
non-existent for eternity, and that makes me happy. You know, atheists, they seem so happy that, yes, we're so happy that we believe there is no afterlife, that we're just going to become non-existent.
I don't believe there is no afterlife. I believe there could be an afterlife. I believe there could not be an afterlife. I believe that's the biggest question in life. And when I die, I'll find the answer to it. There's not much to it than that. Not much I can do about it now.
Existent for eternity. Really? Does that really make you happy? You pretend you are. You're not happy.
Whatever. It's not really an issue because it either is or it isn't.
You know, I was an atheist for a long time. I became a born-again Christian at the age.
I believe if there is an afterlife, it's definitely not split into two sides, heaven and hell, good and bad. I believe if there is an afterlife, it'll contain dogs and it'll contain all life and everything will be equal there. People won't be better than any other life in the whole universe, and you're way off.
Age of 37. It took me a long time. I was in your shoes, you know. You guys are not happy.
If only you saw the smile on my face right now, mate.
All of you have an existential crisis
Do I?
that you're filling up an empty void with.
I think you're filling your void, mate. Didn't you? Aren't you always talking about Jesus coming in you? Whose void's getting filled?
Drugs, probably sex.
Oh, all the drugs and all the sex.
Pornography, work,
Oh, the pornography.
money.
Work, money. Do you not work? Does God provide you with food? You're living on that manna stuff, are you? Like the breatharians? You're a breatharian?
You know, yourself. You worship yourself, probably.
No, I'm just another animal, just another piece of life on this planet, sharing the planet with all the other life.
You know, you're filling up this empty void. It can only be filled up
What void? I have no voids.
with God. You know, you might say, yeah, I'm happy. You're not. You're just getting
He knows me better than I do. It's really not a good position to take in any argument, mate.
temporary pleasures from dopamine hits.
Does reading the Bible not give you dopamine? Does making this video not give you dopamine? Does going to church on Sunday not give you dopamine? You know, all those crazy religious people speaking in tongues, I reckon the dopamine's flowing wildly there.
From this dying world.
Yeah, the world that we're killing. And meanwhile, people like you are just waiting for God to come along with his Armageddon or whatever and just kill all the unbelievers and then fix the planet for you guys. So meanwhile, you just get to sit back, pray, and do nothing.
You know, it's just dopamine hits. You run out of something to do, on to the next dopamine hit, and then on to the next dopamine hit.
Isn't that what you do? I wonder how many videos you've got.
And then, you know, that's all it is. And then you just die.
That's what everyone's doing. Dopamine is another function of evolution, which just compels us to do that which is going to make us pass on our genes most likely and create the most offspring. That's what dopamine is.
Everybody you love is just going to die and become non-existent for eternity.
I don't believe that. I have my own beliefs about the afterlife, but it's a belief. It's not knowledge.
Why even raise your children? Why even teach them ethics?
I don't have any children. I thought the planet was full already, so I didn't make children.
Morality? Who cares? You know, it's all going to go.
Yeah, so while we're here, care about what's here and what's here with us and what we're sharing this life with. That's what's important.
Why did you even create children in the first place if you're
I didn't create any children.
an atheist? How selfish and
What?
weird. You know, oh, I believe in, we're just going to become non-existent for.
Why? Eternity in some ways sounds maybe like it's not the thing you'd want. Surely it would become boring after a while. And then you're still stuck for eternity? I think eternity may become hell after a while.
For eternity, but let me create a bunch of children. All right, guys. Again, I love you.
I didn't create a bunch of children. I think that's all the Christians, creating bunches of children so that they can indoctrinate the next group of Christians. That's where bunches of children come from. Sensible people have a couple of children, maybe.
If you don't love me, I don't care. I love you still. I want you to go to heaven. God bless you and your family.
Please don't bless me.
Thank you guys for watching. Hello, friends.
Well, that's the end of that. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed what I had to say there. Please, if you do have any questions, comment down below. That'll help the statistics. I am trying to launch this channel, so please, anything you could do, give it a like, subscribe, of course, hit that notification, and yeah, do all that stuff, please. I hope you enjoyed. Enjoy your day or evening or whatever. Goodbye.